whole face turns into a sheep. But with the help of that lady doctor's cure, she stops the collision from becoming a sheep for a while. As soon as the movie starts, we see a lot of raised sheep in one place. Then we see some people in the family, where a man named Oliver is doing sheep farming with his son Henry. And Henry is very smart in sheep farming. The same Oliver's second son, whose name is Angus, who does not like to farm at all, and he could not even walk properly. And Angus is so jealous of Henry that he kills one of Henry's sheep. After this, when Henry reaches home, he feels a little strange. And Angus scares Henry badly by becoming a sheep. Then Henry and Angus's housekeeper Mac comes, and she tells that she died because of falling into her father's pit. After this, Mac scolds Angus because of his behavior. Henry was now very scared of sheep. After this, we see the time after 15 years, where Henry has grown up. We see that he is surrounded by sheep. And Henry is still very scared of sheep after the incident in his childhood. After this, Henry goes to his house and he is watching his house. Then Mac comes there and they both meet each other. After this, we see Angus, who is preparing for his speech. Then Henry comes there. Angus does not like Henry's coming at all. Now here Henry tells Angus that he has come to his therapist here because he is still very scared of sheep. And if he wants to end his fear, he will have to live in the environment of sheep. After this, we see two people, one of whom is Grant and the other is called SP. There are some doctors in front of Grant and SP. Grant thinks that those doctors are doing something wrong. So Grant runs away with the stuff in the box of those doctors. After which the doctors also follow Grant. After this, Grant and SP hide in a jungle, where SP gets very angry at Grant. And he says that because of your theft, I may get stuck somewhere. Then Grant tells SP that those doctors were doing the wrong thing. And they are breeding sheep with the help of genetic research. And doing such a thing is not free from danger. But then there is a voice of a doctor. Grant runs away from there after hearing them. But while running away, he falls. And a sheep's baby comes out of that box, which looks very dangerous. Now that sheep's baby bites Grant and injures him badly. But Grant kills him with the help of a stick and saves himself. After this, we see Henry and Angus. Henry does not like to see the changes made in the house. And Angus has now become a very big farmer. And he is making a lot of money by selling sheep. On the other hand, we see a small sheep that goes to the city and injures a big sheep, which makes him infected. After this, we see May, who tells Henry to go to the farm with manager Tucker. And after this, Henry and Tucker are going by car. Then the same sheep comes in front of them. Now Henry is very scared to see that sheep. Tucker is removing that sheep from the road. Then the SP comes there. And with the gun in that car, she taunts Tucker and Henry. And tells them to go to the jungle with him. So that he can find his friend Grant together with both of them. And then the three of them go to the jungle. But Grant does not see them anywhere. After this, Tucker shows his smartness and takes the gun from the SP. After which the matter calms down. After this, the SP tells them about the research done on the sheep. Then Tucker sees smoke coming out of a house. And then they all go inside that house, where they see blood and scattered things everywhere. Then a very big sheep comes there, whose face is blood-stained. He is about to attack the three of them. But the three of them are locked in a room. And the owner of the house is lying dead in that room. Then that sheep breaks a small part of the door. But Tucker somehow kills him. After this, the three of them are leaving the house. Then they see a lot of sheep there. But the three of them somehow come inside the car. And when Tucker is driving the car, then a sheep comes in that car and tries to bite him. And he bites him on one leg. But then Tucker comes out of the car and comes behind the car, because the car falls into the ditch. But in time, the three of them jump. And we find out that Henry's dad was also killed by falling into the same ditch. And now all three of them have to save the sheep from the research sheep. And all the sheep are inside the city. Here we see those doctors. And they are all very upset, because they don't find that man anywhere. Then a doctor goes to bury the research material from him. Then a sheep comes there, which bites him and kills him. Here we see Mangus, who is going somewhere from the mountain. Then Grant is found on the way, who acts like a madman. Grant tells Mangus that he has found out about his research. After which Mangus gets very angry. And in anger he tells him that if you were a dog, he would have cut it and thrown it in front of the trees. And then Grant looks at Mangus's hands and bites his hand. Then we see Henry, SP, and Tucker, who were going towards Pedley City. Tucker has trouble walking, because of which he sits on the ground, because the sheep had bitten his leg. And he looks at his leg. So his eyes are torn, because his stomach has now turned into a sheep's leg. Because of the bite of that sheep, he had an infection. Then a lot of aggressive sheep come there. And the three of them run to the same factory, where research is being done on sheep. And the three of them go inside the factory to save their lives. And they see that a sheep's body is hanging. And his heart is beating. Then we see that Angus comes there with those doctors. And here we find out that Angus is behind all this, because he is trying to increase the genetics of sheep by doing research, so that he can sell them and earn a lot of money. Then we see that a doctor supplies Tucker with an injection. But SP and Henry run away from that factory. A lot of aggressive sheep come outside that factory, after which they both run away and come in a wire circle. Now the sheep try to attack them both. Then Henry's leg starts slipping, and he starts falling into a pit. But SP tries to save him. But Angus, standing far away, is watching them both. And he doesn't even try to save them, because he already hates them both. After which they both fall into the pit, where the skin and flesh of the sheep is kept. They both are looking for a way out of there. After this, we see the sheep that eat the dead people. After this, the scene shifts, and we see a lady doctor, who is looking at Tucker's legs. And she is shocked to see why Tucker's leg is changing into a tree. Then Angus comes there, who tells the doctor about his injury. And the lady doctor understands that Angus's hand will also start changing into a tree, because he was also infected. But she doesn't tell this to Angus, although she used to tell Angus about his treatment. But Angus's intention is to stop his research soon. That's why the lady doctor doesn't tell him about the treatment. Then we see SP and Henry, who sees a tunnel in that pit. Before they could do anything, an attacking sheep starts chasing them. And they both are trying to get out of that tunnel. Then SP somehow gets out of the tunnel. And that sheep runs after Henry, and tries to bite him. But with the help of SP, Henry also gets out. And then that sheep is set on fire, because of which she burns and dies. Here we see Angus, who comes to his house. And he is talking to himself in the mirror. And he is spitting out like a sheep. Here we see Henry and SP, who are washing their faces after getting out of the tunnel. Then they hear the sound of a sheep's bark. And when they both go inside, a very big sheep comes in front of them. And SP gives Grant's bag and understands that this bag is Grant's. That means this sheep is not anyone else but Grant. After which Grant starts attacking them both. But after a lot of trouble, they both run away from there, saving themselves. After this, we see that Lady Doctor, who is making a cure. And there is a collision there. And her face looks like a sheep. And she is moving her face a lot. After which her whole face turns into a sheep. But with the help of that Lady Doctor's cure, she stops the collision from becoming a sheep for a while. And there, the other Angus had a program to sell the sheep made from the register. And when he is giving speech, he is talking strangely. And when that Lady Doctor is going in that program, she sees a lot of sheep, which is eating the rest of the doctors. Now seeing this, that Lady Doctor starts running to save her life. And while running, she comes inside the jungle, where her leg gets stuck in the mud. And a sheep comes from behind and kills her. While on the other side, Angus shows the sheep he had researched. But then a very big herd of sheep comes there. And then those sheep start eating all the people present in the program. And no human being can survive there. Here we see May, who is going home by car with Henry and SP. And we see that Angus is already present in the house. And he is going to become a sheep soon. And when these three reach home, there is a very big sheep. And now he starts attacking Henry and tries to eat him. But SP somehow attacks the nerves of the sheep and makes him unconscious. And we see that the whole herd of sheep is captured around the house. And they try to come home. Here Henry goes to Angus's room and finds Angus there. And from Angus's words, it is found that all these sheep have their own family DNA. Now Henry gets very angry at Angus after knowing all this. And he leaves him there. Here May, SP and Henry come to the balcony. And behind Angus, he goes in the middle of the sheep due to infection. And we find out that a sheep has also bitten Henry. After that, the three of them stand outside and reach the car. And Henry tells them to go from the car. Now May is driving the car. And SP is shooting all the sheep. Here we see that Angus is completely transformed into a sheep. And there Henry also comes. And Angus starts attacking Henry and they both start fighting. And comes out of the house, then a small plan comes on the backside of the English and the body of the English is cut off from its wings. But once again it is standing, then it comes to the cure and it is cured. It is both English and Hindri and it is said that you will be cured soon with the help of this cure. And then all of them go to where there are many sheep, but English goes between those sheep because he does not know that he is not infected now, after which the sheep kill him and SP gets an idea and he finds out that there is lithium in the gas of the sheep, which can cause a very big blast and when the sheep leave the gas, then Hindri sets fire there, because there is a very big blast and all the infected sheep are killed. After this, we see in the last scene of the movie that the remaining sheep and infected humans are cured with the help of a cure. And we also see a dog that is making the sound of a sheep from its mouth, that is, it was also infected and the movie ends with this scene. So friends, how did you like this story? Do tell us by commenting. Subscribe to our channel to get more such interesting videos. Thank you.